WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Severe weather is a way of life in the Twin States, and having an active warning system can save your life. That's what West Point hopes to do for residents.
That's right. The Board of Selectmen meets tonight, and renewal of the Code Red contract is up for discussion. Our Victoria Bailey spent the day learning how being prepared can be a lifesaver. She's joining us in the studio with the story. Victoria.
Yeah, Joey and Andrea, tornadoes, flash floods, wildfires, natural and man-made disasters can happen at any time. And I found out today that you can never have too many warning signs that severe weather is approaching.
It's important because it saves lives and it puts our community on the edge of modern technology. And if that saves lives, then it's worth it.
Code Red is an emergency notification system designed to warn residents potentially deadly weather is on the way. Toby Sanford works with Golden Triangle Planning and Development District, and he says the most recent severe weather served as an eye-opener for several area counties.
An F4 tornado hit Winston County April 28, 2014, and from that and that devastation and that destruction, they said we need something more. We need to be able to warn residents faster.
Now, Code Red could cost certain areas a pretty penny, but that's not the case for most of the Golden Triangle.
What Code Red offered was for the 7 counties was by population. They came in with an offer originally that was somewhere around 19 cents a person. And after negotiating with them and working around, they got it down to about 16 cents a person.
Well, it doesn't cost individuals anything. The city government and the county government pay for it. And our appropriation annually is $1,862, which pans out for the city of West Point 16 cents per citizen, which is a very inexpensive annual appropriation to save lives.
Sanford says with weather being so unpredictable, systems like Code Red almost become a necessity.
You need to be proactive and not reactive. In this kind of situation, we cannot predict the weather. We do not know when bad storms are going to happen or if there's going to be bad cycles. But since we're proactive, we are able to warn the residents of these counties in faster time than we would have been able to otherwise.
Visit your local 911 center to see if your county carries the system. If you don't have internet access, you can sign up for Code Red notifications by filling out an information form. The current Code Red contract expires March 31st, 2017. Guys?
All right, Victoria Bailey with some important information.
Yeah, and thankfully, no severe weather around here this evening. Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson joins us now with your first look at the forecast.
That's right, Joey. Indeed, no problems whatsoever. A live look outdoors. Our Alpha Insurance camera in downtown Columbus. A little bit of a hole in the clouds right there, but we're trying to see some showers approach from the west. The air's pretty dry here in our viewing area, so what's coming on in is likely being evaporated by some of that dry air, but there's more rain back to the northwest in Arkansas, also down to our southwest too, so we may see this fill in as we go throughout the course of the evening and overnight hours. Tote the umbrella, just be on the safe side this evening. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Keith, thanks a lot. The assault case against a former Columbus police officer is dismissed. Kenyatta Blair appeared in Lowndes County Justice Court today. She was facing a domestic assault charge stemming from an incident last September. Blair was suspended from the police force following the incident in which she was involved in a fight while on duty. She resigned from CPD during that suspension. The court tells us the case was dismissed due to lack of evidence.
Police charge a man in connection with a shooting at a Columbus hotel. The female victim was treated and released from the hospital last night shortly after the gunfire. The incident happened around 7 o'clock at the Columbus Inn and Suites on Highway 45. When officers arrived, they found the woman shot in the leg. The shooting remains under investigation. The manhunt continues in Winston County tonight for the man who investigators believe shot and killed his girlfriend Sunday night. Sheriff Jason Pugh says Crime Stoppers is offering the full $1,000 reward for any information that leads to the capture and arrest of 42-year-old Kevin Carter. Pugh also warns that anyone who is helping Carter will face charges as well. Investigators believe Carter shot 39-year-old Angela Collier. She died from her injuries. Carter is considered armed and dangerous. Anyone with information should call the Winston County Sheriff's Department or Crime Stoppers.
A Pickens County man accused of running from Aliceville police is arrested. Online jail records show 33-year-old Bruce Hughes is charged with attempt to elude leaving the scene of an accident, assault, and reckless endangerment. The district attorney's office says Hughes was angered after learning his wife was facing charges in Aliceville Municipal Court. Investigators say Hughes was told to leave the court and he went to his car. Police Chief Tawny Jones asked Hughes to get out of the car to arrest him. That's when Hughes allegedly drove away. DA investigators say Hughes crashed his vehicle and ran from that scene with his wife and child in the car. Hughes was arrested today.
Oktibbeha County residents calling for a vote on whether the Oktibbeha County Hospital should be sold or leased may be getting ahead of themselves. An Attorney General's opinion says names gathered on a petition calling for an election are invalid right now because the Board of Supervisors has not officially voted to sell or lease the hospital. The Attorney General's office also says supervisors do not have the authority to call for an election on the issue on their own. Any referendum must be based on a petition signed by at least 20% of the registered voters in the county.
Municipal employees, department heads, and business leaders got a progress report from the mayor of Tupelo this afternoon.
WCBI's Allie Martin was there at the annual State of the City address and has more.
The Tupelo High School Drumline started this State of the City presentation with a bang. Mayor Jason Shelton opened the address by looking at the challenges and triumphs of the past 4 years. The mayor said the murder of Tupelo Police Sergeant Gail Stauffer, the EF3 tornado of 2014, and last summer's officer-involved shooting tested the city in different ways. However, he says the state of the city and the Tupelo spirit is stronger than ever.
And we're heading the right direction. Even though the road is rocky at times, we have a strong community, a resilient community.
The mayor devoted most of the address to recapping the Tupelo plan. Mayor Shelton said the long-running major thoroughfare program has helped drive economic development throughout the city. On urban development, Mayor Shelton said revitalization efforts in Mill Village and the West Jackson Street area are on track. The mayor pointed to the highest number of housing starts since 2008 as another sign that Tupelo is on the move.
And we're fortunate because we have such a great financial team. We have the highest bond rating in the state. We have no new taxes in 4 years.
Mayor Shelton also said a conservative fiscal policy has helped the city save a lot of money, and a strong economy has meant record-breaking sales tax revenues.
We received our sales tax numbers for the largest sales month that we experienced, which is December, and that was up. To date, we're up a total of $522,000 over last year.
The mayor also pointed to the opening of the city's state-of-the-art police headquarters as another highlight of the past year. In Tupelo, I'm Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Shelton says more work is needed on a feasible public transportation system in the city.
All right, while most of you are celebrating love today, others are picking up the pieces of broken relationships.
We look at the financial and emotional fallout of divorce when we come back.
You're watching WCBI News at 6 with Andrea Self and Joey Barnes.
Not to take away from this day of love, but according to the American Psychological Association, 40 to 50% of marriages in the United States end in divorce. Now, lawmakers in Mississippi are talking about marriage at the state capitol.
One bill that just cleared the Senate would add domestic abuse to the list of grounds for divorce. WCBI's Jory Talley looks at the cost of divorce, both financial and emotional, and she joins us in the studio with her report. Jory.
Andre and Joey, right now there are 12 grounds for divorce in Mississippi, ranging from adultery to irreconcilable differences. Each divorce comes with its own story, emotions, and price tag.
Falling out of love. Sometimes it just happens.
We have 2 and 3 day trials of divorces. We have ID divorces just about every day. I signed one this morning in Starkville, and those are the most that we signed. And they keep records of that in Jackson, and every year we get a printout of how many orders we've signed. But I think for most people it would be a staggering number.
Another staggering number could be the price tag attached to divorce, which is a lot higher than an order of a dozen roses. Attorney Jeff Hosford says clients can control their divorce cost just as much as the attorney. Depending on the case and the amount of paperwork, a marriage split can cost anywhere from a few $100s up to several thousand.
That paperwork is the key to the rest of your life if you're separated someone, because at the end of the day, whatever is in that paperwork is what you go by if you can't agree. And that's why you pay somebody more money to make sure it's got what you want in it.
The money trail also follows after the divorce is finalized.
Before, that was all in one household, and it's much easier to accommodate that when there's two people paying those bills. So basically what you've done is, for example, say the husband gets custody and he moves into a new house and the wife has to pay child support. She now only has to pay all her bills, but she has to pay a percentage to her husband to take care of the children.
On top of financial cost, there are emotional ones.
You see fear. People are fearful of their future. They're fearful of their financial future, their children. They are fearful of losing the custody of their children, or at least having a diminishing role. There's a lot of anger, obviously.
Some splits aren't contested, but for the ones that are, the same person who finalizes a divorce can also help start the healing process.
Once that record is made, then we can take pretty much the appropriate action that's necessary to try to help those people heal, particularly the children. We are the super guardians of the children, and my colleagues and I emphasize that.
Attorney Hosford says 90 to 95% of divorces settle with irreconcilable differences.
Otherwise, right now, some light showers for us. The steadiest rain moving towards the Memphis metro area. Rain chances continue tonight, and then pretty nice for the rest of the work week. Full forecast is next.
Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Just a few showers showing up on our live Doppler radar right now near Coffeyville, Water Valley, Bruce. Not all of this is reaching the ground, but there is a little bit of rain trying to fall from these clouds here. Still pretty dry. Near Kilmichael, Vaden, just southeast of Winona there. In Montgomery County, some showers. Here's the big picture. Heavier rain back to the northwest and some heavier rain down to our south and southwest. Right now, it looks like this big, huge dry side is trying to move into northeast Mississippi, but this could fill in a little bit more as we go throughout the course of the evening and overnight hours. This is a look at our Alpha Insurance time lapse from downtown Columbus. You can see a pretty nice, colorful sunset a few minutes ago. A lot of cloud cover in our region today, just not a lot of moisture at the ground level at this point. Temperatures range from the low 50s in Corinth and Oxford, 56 in Tupelo, 61 in Columbus, 65 for you in Macon, 70s down to our south. So our viewing area is really in between air masses right now. It's 46 in Memphis, but 71 in Meridian. And we'll be straddling this line through the evening hours. Eventually, those 40s will win out everywhere as we go throughout the course of the night. Now, this tells the story right here. This is what's going on. Dew point values around here, very, very low, very dry air. You get along and south of I-20, that's where the deeper moisture is. So the better chance for some stronger storms still exists to our south, but we'll see if this can fill in a little bit more as we go throughout the evening hours as we can saturate the atmosphere slowly. our chances for showers will tend to go up as we go throughout the evening and the overnight hours, but that will quickly be out of here by sunrise, I think. There could be a little bit of light rain lingering tomorrow morning for the commute, but a lot of cloud cover will be the big story, and then we'll clear it out with some dry winds from the northwest, and then we'll usher in some more sunshine for tomorrow afternoon. Tonight, 45 degrees, scattered showers will develop around our region. Our forecast highs for tomorrow here in northeast Mississippi, a lot of lower 50s. A little bit cooler than what we had out there today. Mid-50s down south, along and south of Highway 82, and a good mix of low to mid-50s in West Alabama. A gloomy start, more afternoon sunshine. Another area of high pressure swings on in as we close out the work week, so we're sunny on Thursday and Friday. Now there's a little feature that may zip on in from the southwest on Saturday. More cloud cover, yes. The question is, will we see any significant moisture in the form of showers here as we start the weekend? Just to hedge the bet, we're going to throw in that 20% chance for a little bit of rain here. We'll see how it goes. College baseball actually begins on Friday in Starkville and in Oxford. Absolutely gorgeous. And behind that system Saturday, we're back into the low to mid 70s Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, guys.
The Rebels are fighting for a shot at an NCAA tournament berth. More from Coach Kennedy coming up next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
The Ole Miss Rebels sit right around the bubble when it comes to a NCAA tournament spot. The Rebels have won 3 of its last 4 since its narrow loss to Baylor. The Rebels needed a historic comeback to get back on track this past weekend against the Auburn Tigers. Head coach Andy Kennedy said after Saturday's game, the Rebels need to find a way to put 40 minutes together if it wants to go to the big dance.
We've played pretty good the last 4. You know, Baylor is, I guess, weren't they a #1 seed if the tournament was today? Thankfully, it ain't a tournament today because I'm not sure the old Rebels would like where they're seated. But we played good. They made plays down the stretch. We didn't. They win. We come back and we beat our in-state rival handily. We go and win at Vandy. We go to Tennessee and we led for 33 minutes. And our inability to make plays down the stretch. So we've had certain segments of games where we've looked like a quality team. We've got to figure out a way to knit this thing together for 40 minutes.
Mississippi State is also trying to figure things out late in the season as the Bulldogs have lost 4 of their last 5 outings. The Bulldogs have shown promise in close games against ranked teams like Kentucky and South Carolina, but can't finish when it matters the most. Watching game film from Saturday's game is frustrating for head coach Ben Howland because of how close he knows the Bulldogs are to getting quality wins.
Watching the game again was more painful than watching it live because you just saw, we're right there and we got a really chance to, close this. I mean, we're up 58-54 and can't have the sense of urgency to get a stop. They get a 3-point play to cut it back to 1. I mean, just a lot of, specific plays that were unfortunate for us.
It can be real frustrating to lose by like 6 and like 8, stuff like that. Knowing you was right there. Well, like with South Carolina, I think we was up by 1 with like 4 minutes to go, something like that. So they let us know we can play with those teams, and for us to be right there, I mean, it kind of hurt, but it also motivates us. By us seeing that we was right there and seeing that we can play with those teams, it motivated us to work harder and come back and get some wins.
Here's the lineup for tonight. It's going to be Bulldogs versus Bulldogs tonight in Athens, Georgia, as the Mississippi State Bulldogs will take on the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia's won 5 straight against the Bulldogs from Starkville. Mississippi State looking to get back on track on the road with a W. And Ole Miss is at home versus LSU. The Rebels have won 7 of the last 11 versus LSU. The Tigers are in the basement of the SEC, so Ole Miss can really get a chance to get above 500 in SEC play and keep on a good track. The regular season is a thing of the past, and playoff time is here for the high school hoop circuit. On this Valentine's Day, teams from our area are looking to send the others home to spend some more time with their significant others. We'll start over in Columbus where the Lady Falcons taking on Hernando in the first round of district playoff. Good start for Lady Falcons. Wilson with the pull-up jumper here. That's good. We'll see plenty of her coming on. And then 3 balls started to fall for Columbus. Nice pass here from Wilson, who finds Green from hits from way downtown Disney. Here's a triple right there. This one looks so good. I'll do it one more time. It'd be Green and Wilson yet again for Columbus here. Cross-course pass. Be a nice floater here from Green from the finish. Columbus Lady Falcons, they punched their ticket to the state tournament and advanced to the regional final with a 46-33 victory over Hernando. The guys are in action right now. They're at halftime. We got a Chris Bolton over there, one of our photographers, said he might have got the dunk of the year. So
watch
that
out.
highlight's coming up at 10, so tune in for that.
There's a tease.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. Some new information in right now. We now know the name of the man charged in the shooting at the Columbus Inn and Suites last night. 24-year-old Parrish Devon Brewer is charged with aggravated assault. Aggravated domestic violence is what he's charged with. We'll have more on this story coming up for you a little bit later on. WCBI News at 9 and 10. Have a good night.